Hi. Let me just get this going here. Before we start, I wanted to just say welcome to Shakopee. Wherever you are coming from, we are excited to have you. We are excited to get to know you. And I also want to say thank you for being flexible with how we run our new student enrollment meetings. I know everything is a little bit different now with COVID, but doing these video introductions definitely helps us answer your questions more personalized when we're with you and get you some basic information before we meet you. So in these meetings, video-wise, I'm going to cover a couple different things. I'm going to talk about school basics and how our school is responding to COVID. I'll talk about technology and your device. We'll talk a little bit about athletics and activities, and then we are going to talk about our academies. Okay, that's the video portions. Each one is separated into a different video to make it easier for you to go back and forth or watch them in your own time. And then when we meet face-to-face during your enrollment meeting, we'll talk about the graduation requirements and get you registered for classes. All right, so this first video is just going to be school basics and COVID, and then the next videos will be technology, athletics, activities, and the academy model. When you come to your in-person meeting, you are going to have a red folder that is personalized to you. So at the start of each section of the videos, I'm going to tell you what is in that folder related to this section. And then when you come to your in-person meeting, you'll get your folder, and you can always come back to these videos to see what you need to know and which papers apply to which sections. So, Shakopee High School starts school on Tuesday, September 8th. That's after Labor Day. We start at 8:20 every morning and we go until 3 o'clock. So that means you're expected to be in your seat ready to learn at 8:20. The building doors open around 7:30, so you're welcome anytime after 7:30. And then we ask that you go home pretty quickly after school if you're not staying for something specific. Our day is split into 4 class periods. Okay, so we run a block schedule. Each class is about 8 minutes long. And then we switch classes every quarter. So we have 4 quarters, 4 classes a day within each quarter. We also have 4 lunches. Okay, that happens during third block. You will be assigned A, B, C, or D lunch. And we'll explain that to you a little bit in your schedule if you haven't been at a school before that's run multiple lunches. It can get, it sounds confusing, but it's actually pretty easy. Okay. In our building, you will get 8 minutes of passing time, and actually the last minute of passing time, you'll hear music. So that's like your cue to get moving a little bit and get into class. The last day of school is June 10th. Then you'll go on summer and you'll come back. Let's see. All right, lockers and supplies. So this year, to help with social distancing, because our lockers are so small, actually no students will be assigned lockers. So you'll be able to carry a backpack and bring everything you need with you from class to class. We realize that we are probably going to have to revisit this once it gets cold and everybody has a winter jacket, but the plan right now is that you're not going to start the year with a locker. In terms of supplies, you can bring whatever you need to be successful. So some people are folder people, some people like notebooks, some people like binders. Do what works for you, and know that most of what you do is going to be on the computer, which we'll talk about in the technology section. If you need assistance with supplies, that's backpacks, pencils, paper, folders, whatever you can think of, please talk to your counselor. We can help set you up if you need help. Getting to school. Okay, our students get to school one of 3 ways: busing, walking, or driving. So any student 10 through 12 beyond 2 miles from school, so if you live farther than 2 miles, you will get a bus. If you're a 9th grader, if you live farther than a mile away from the school, then you'll get a bus. Okay, your busing information, if you qualify for busing, will be in your new student enrollment folder that you get when you come to meet with us. Okay. Students that live, so 10 through 12 graders who live 1.99 miles or closer are expected to walk, even in the winter. Okay, 9th graders who live 0.99 miles or closer are expected to walk. Okay, even if there's a bus that comes by your house because maybe a ninth grader rides the bus, 10th through 12th graders, you still need to walk. Okay, if you choose to drive, you'll need a parking permit. The cost for that is $120 a year. If you're coming in the middle of the school year or later, the price does go down as the school year goes on. So just know that. Some of the ways that we're responding to COVID, okay, like all the districts in Minnesota, we have 3 different learning models. Well, technically 4 learning models. Okay, so you could choose full-time online, and that's a choice for you, and then you'll be online for the full year. If you choose, it's called Shakopee IHD, stands for in-person, hybrid, and distance learning. Then there are 3 models that we will move between based on the data from the Minnesota Department of Health. Okay, so one model is an in-person every day. You'll come to school every day just like you always have. That means that people are healthy and we don't have a lot of COVID in our area. Okay, the model that we currently are thinking of starting with is hybrid, and we're going to run an A-B schedule. So you'll come to school every other day, depending on if you're an A-day student or a B-day student. The days that you're not at school, you're expected to log onto your computer and get some work done. The days that you are at school, you're obviously expected to be here and attending classes, getting your stuff done. That does mean, okay, so if, let's say you're an 8A student, one week you would attend Monday, Wednesday, Friday. The next week you would attend Tuesday, Thursday. Okay, so keep that in mind. The final model is a distance learning model. That would mean that there are more cases of COVID in our area, and so we are moving to full-time online. Know that if we are distance learning, you will have meals available to you via pickup, okay? And then if we're hybrid learning, I forgot to mention, you will also be fed. You can actually take home a meal for the next day. So you'll pick up a meal every day that you're at school. I think it's likely that we'll be moving between models throughout the year. Those decisions are made at a district level, and they'll be communicated from the district when we are shifting between in-person, hybrid, and distance learning. Okay. The official word for the start of the year will be made on August 24th as to what model we are starting the year in. Right now, we're expecting to start in hybrid model. Okay. There have been lots of safety measures put in place, so changes to our ventilation system, the building layout, the furniture that's in the hallways, cleaning routines, everything you can think of that we could think of to keep our students safe. So you can learn more about the specific things that are being done by going to the Shakopee website, www.shakopee.k12.mn.us. All right, so I'm going to stop right there for this video, and I will see you again to explain technology.